Okay, guys, today's supermodel is Kai Molino, and we are going to do selective color. We're going to do it in Lightroom. So what I want to do is I'm actually going to reset this photo back to what it looked like before. Notice, remember, library is where we add and organize our photos. Develop is where we make changes to our photos. So I'm going to be in develop mode. You'll see that my history of how I did this down here. You'll see it all there. You guys know that. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to crop this photo and I'm going to make a 5x7 and I'm just going to make sure that I have Kai Molino here, lining up the eye line and just improving the composition of it real quick. Okay. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click on my brush tool. So right over here, this is my brush tool. I'm going to click here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to double click on effect to make sure that all of my sliders are right here in the middle. All right. So then right next to effect, I'm going to change this and I'm going to click on color. And then what I'm going to do is I am going to take saturation all the way down. So here's my saturation. I'm going to drop this all the way down and I'm going to make sure that my auto mask is not selected. So I'm going to uncheck auto mask. Then I'm going to go down and I'm going to make sure density and flow are up to 100. We're not really going to worry about feather. All right, so now you'll see that this is actually my paintbrush. If I click on my close bracket button, it will increase the size of my brush. If I click on my open bracket, it will decrease. So I'm actually going to start with a large brush. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I have this brush and I'm just going to start painting on here. So it's like a paintbrush. I'm going to start taking all of this color out and then I'm going to get as close to, I'm just going to do Kai Molino's mask. So I'm going to get as close to Kai Molino's mask as possible without actually touching his mask. Okay, so let me get all of these, take out all of this color. Go, notice the edge of my brush. I just want to go around his mask. Okay, all right, so now I have this. Now, a couple of things I can do. If I click on my O on my keyboard or press the O key on my keyboard, you'll see it'll actually show what I've masked out. If I click it again, it'll go away. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to decrease the size of my brush. I'm gonna get closer to Kai Molino. So I've got this brush and I wanna get it closer and I'm gonna make sure that that plus sign does not touch his mask. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to turn auto mask on because what it does is kind of like the magnetic lasso where it'll go up and click. And then I'm going to press my space bar and I'm just going to click in here one time to get a little bit closer. Okay, and then I'm going to start taking this color out. Okay, and I'm going to go around here. I'm going to get close to his mask without touching it. All right, I'm just going to make sure I do this here. And so sometimes it's easier if you click the O on because it'll help you see what you've... Remember this when we were doing our silhouettes in 6th grade? Okay. Make sure I get everything here. And then I'm going to press my space bar and click again. All right, and then I am going to click O. And so now you'll notice that I have Kai Molino here and I only have his mask is only colorful. So we did selective color. So at your actually, let me press O again. I just want to make sure that I got around here. I think I might have missed some spots. So this was a really simple example. When you do this, you're going to do 4 of these. And I want you to do, you can do 1 or 2 simple, but I want you to try and work on some that are a little bit more complicated. Once you're finished, you're going to choose File, and then you are going to export. Now remember, you need to make sure that you tell it where you want to go. So if you want it to go to your desktop, click desktop. All right. And then you are going to, so I'm going to call this Kai Molino, and it's going to my desktop, and then I'm going to export it. So now remember, now it is stitching together the overlay and the photos. So when I go to my mess top, it really is a mess top right now. So let's see it. Here's Kai Molino. So now you'll see I have this JPEG of Kai Molino with his mask. Okay, so I hope you guys have fun with this project.